Rising, everybody. Thanks for joining me for another little morning edition of Coffee Talk. I started late today, because, well, truth be told, I was up late last night, and I think maybe I was having a little bit too much fun and imbibing a tad too much. And so I didn't wake up quite as early as I normally do today. And I had a little bit of an upset tum-tum. Because many of you may have been there, but last night we had a great stream, Brian and I, because we had ODD join us on Unveiling This Realm, and I thought it was a blast. I had so much fun on that stream. It was one of the funnest streams I'd had in a while. We had a great conversation, and it was just a lot of fun to hang out. It was just great. It was good to talk with, have a conversation like that, and just acknowledge the ridiculousness of the world going on around us. But then also at the same time, with that whole crap that we have to deal with, it was good to also recognize that we have a tribe and we have people that we can talk to and people that can help keep us sane and help us stay balanced in these crazy ass times that we are living in right now. What's low volume? Am I low volume? Can you guys hear me talking? It would figure that I would have some sort of problem. Let's check it out. How is my sound? Okay. I'll turn my background music down a little bit. I have my microphone on a different setting because I wanted to try something a little different this morning. I have in front of me here a set of tuning forks and some singing bowls, and the forks are all lined up in order of the chakras. So let me see if I can switch over here, if this is working right. Yay, it is. Let me see. If I can, There we go. Okay. And I wanted to maybe try starting off the morning with doing some tuning fork sound therapy. For me, it's almost like a form of meditation, and the sound really helps me, because if you're like me and you're constantly looking at stuff and thinking about stuff, it's very hard to ever quiet your mind and turn it off and stop thinking about stuff. Why are all these alerts popping up? That's crazy. It's like playing every alert that happened in the last however long. Anyway. It's hard to quiet your mind and stop the thought process and get into that relaxed state and focus on yourself, focus on your breathing. And for me, the tuning forks and the singing bowls, I also have a couple singing bowls here, help me. It helps you to get into the moment and stop and focus on that frequency, that vibration, and to even to help visualize stuff in your mind. So I was gonna do some tuning forks. Are you guys into that? Are you into doing a? I was gonna do, not super long, but I was gonna go up the chakras. I was gonna start at the root chakra, and then work my way up to the crown. And then maybe top it off with a couple rings of the singing bowl, and then continue on with the morning. But I think it's a good way to set the tone for the day. What do you guys think? Are you into it? By the way, do you like my Bigfoot mug? This is a gift from my mother. I also another reason I like the forks for bringing, your chakras back into the correct frequency, or and training them with that ideal frequency, is because when I was taking my crystal course, that is one of the ways that that's the way that the teacher told us to cleanse crystals. Or instead of putting them in salt or putting them outside in the moon light or in the sunlight, you take a fork, you give it a good whack, and you point it at the crystal, and it retunes it. And that's supposed to be the way that they clean the energies off the crystal. So if it works for a crystal, it can certainly work for us, right? All right, so let's begin. I want to start at the root, and then we'll work our way up. So the first one is the root chakra fork. That's 396. It might even help to visualize the color red, because if you layer frequencies, it is more effective. So visualize the color red and a red light, a ball of energy over your root chakra. Maybe at the end but I don't want to do that right now. All right. The next one is 417. That's the sacral chakra. For women, it's like where your womb is, creation, manifestation. Color orange. Yes, I would put earbuds on to get the full effect. Yeah, I do that too, Stan. Cheers for the super chat. Thank you. Maybe you. I promise not to make your screen burst. Okay. The next one is actually one of my favorites. 528, the solar plexus chakra, cellular repair, healing. This is a great one. I actually have two 528 forks, and I want to do two at a time because I think that would work great. Let's double up. See if I can do it better down here. That's called superposition, Ute. When they get together and they start pulsing, it's because they're the same frequency, so they're overlapping and they're amplifying. It like makes it even more effective. So I'm gonna do that one more time before we go to the next frequency. I love it. All right. I love that frequency, I have to say. All right, the next one is 639, the heart chakra, the color green. Yes, Annie D, if you have forks or a bowl, do it while I'm doing this and you're getting multiple frequencies at the same time. That's a good idea. Do that. One more. Heart chakra, color green. One makes you dizzy, two doesn't. That's interesting. All right. Next one up, the throat chakra. 741 hertz. The color blue. One more. All right. Take a sip of coffee. Next one is the third eye chakra. And then after that's the crown chakra. I have singing bowls for the third eye chakra and the crown chakra. So I think I may try to do, let's try to do layer frequencies like that. So this bowl, I believe, is the crown. We're on the third eye. This one's the crown. This is third eye. And we are on the third eye, 852 hertz. This is the color indigo. Indigo is the color that was removed from the rainbow. Right? Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So indigo is the one that has been removed in the flag that you see when they use in, and Pride Parade and all that stuff, they took out the third eye frequency. So I feel like this is probably one of the most important frequencies if they care enough to remove it, if you ask me. So let's do it. That was interesting, huh? That was cool. I got the bowl to sing and got the fork to go at the same time. And the bowl's still going. If you can hear it ever so slightly. All right. Now, that's good for your third eye. Now let's do the crown chakra. Violet, purple, top of the head. All right. That's intense. I'm gonna try that one more time because there's something intense happening there. One more time. Live experiment. doggy. I like that. Oh, we just tuned our spinal column, our light column, from the bottom up. I think that felt amazing. I don't know about y'all. That's the first time I had tried to do them all in order like that. That just feels good. I just feel good. I don't know about you guys, but I just feel good. I think I want to do that every morning. Now I know why Baldini does it every morning. What does it mean when you resonate more with one frequency than the other? Maybe it just means that you needed that frequency more than the other. Maybe that particular chakra was out of alignment for you, and so that particular frequency went right through you because you needed to be retuned right there. Spicy Sarah, I needed this. I've been grumpy today. Yeah, I hear you. Right? Made me sneeze. What shirt design is that? Oh, this is one of Conspiracy Music Guru's shirts. It says COVID hoax. Although Teespring, I have to say I'm not very happy with the quality of the print from Teespring because I haven't worn this shirt that many times and it's already washing off. And I love it. But if I wear it as much as I want to, I won't have a shirt for very long. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're welcome. I love that tune-up. Maybe that'll be my Friday thing if you guys are into it. Or maybe I'll do it at the beginning of every coffee talk. I only do it a couple times a week, but man, that felt amazing, if you ask me. I'm woke now. I'm just kidding. The faded look is cool, but I want people to read it. It's going to become unreadable pretty soon. So, I think somebody was asking me what is the geometry associated with each frequency. I'll be honest, I don't know offhand. I would have to look at a chart. I do have chakra charts though that do have the sacred geometry also associated with each chakra. But I don't have that handy right now. I will work on that. I will work on getting that. I did start making charts, chakra charts that do with correspondences, crystals, frequencies, colors, everything that corresponds with that chakra, so that when you work on aligning your light column like that, the more layered up the frequencies you can get, the better it works, right? That's called superposition. Like when I did the two 528s and they start to do that whoa, 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 it's because they're layering up, and then that is getting more intense, and then it becomes more effective. Pyramid or tetrahedron, is the root. Okay, now you guys are making me want to go look it up. Hold on. Let me see. Does this show it? Yeah. kinda. Let me see. I guess, are you thinking of this? Let's see here. This right here has it sort of. Here we go. This is it. This is it. I found it. I found it. This is what we need to be looking at. So Earth is the cube or the root chakra. Okay. Root chakra. Then what's the next one? Navel is the icosahedron. Solar plexus chakra is the tetrahedron. Right? The tetrahedron is basically it's the absolute first three-dimensional shape ever to come into existence, right? Because if something starts as a line, as the first dimension, and then it gets the 2-dimension, and that's the 2 lines, and then you get the 3rd dimension, and that's the 3, and so the tetrahedron then is like basically the first 3-dimensional shape. It's also the strongest shape. Everybody says that the egg is, or the sphere is very strong. It is, but also the tetrahedron could be considered the strongest shape, and it also encloses how do I describe it? It has the most surface area to enclose the smallest space, right? Like that shape is using the absolute most surface area that you can to enclose that amount of space or something like. I don't know if I'm describing that correctly, but anyway, tetrahedron is supposed to be like the strongest shape. That's the one that has to do with manifestation. Has to do with manifestation, and that is one of the platonic solids that crystals actually will form into. So this crystal, you can see, this is calcite. It formed into a double-sided, it's like a stellicated tetrahedron. But that's how it grew, just like that. So that's the solar plexus chakra. Then spirit chakras, 6th and higher, is the dodecahedron. Right? Does this talk about the... Yeah, and the heart chakra is the octahedron, which is... The octahedron is like a 2 4-sided pyramids stuck together, one on top of the other. A sphere, the void, the gateway between different dimensions. Sphere is also... now, of these platonic solids, crystals will grow naturally into the form of these platonic solid shapes, like the cube. Pyrite will grow into a cube naturally. Salt is a cube. Those type of things. But there is no crystal that grows into the shape of a... let me turn my background music back on. There's no crystal that grows into the shape of a sphere. That's one that, and there's no crystal that grows into the shape of an icosahedron. Believe it or not. This icosahedron, that's a platonic solid. There's no crystal that's ever been found that makes that shape naturally. The dodecahedron, yes, like garnet. Garnet, it grows in the shape of a dodecahedron. Even the Merkaba, which is, it's a tetrahedron. It's an inverted tetrahedron, but instead of it being like this, where they're top and bottom, they've intersected in the center, which is where you get the Merkaba shape. Hold on, let me grab it. So this would be like the Merkaba, right? Where it's inverted and they're intersecting instead of touching one on top of the other. So they grow together, like crossed on an axis, centered on the axis. And this one was made, right? This is a carved Merkaba, but it is possible for a crystal to grow in the shape of a Merkaba, and actually sapphire is one of these crystals that does grow into that tetrahedral shape. And sapphire has been known to grow stellicated, intersecting, that makes a Merkaba in sapphire blue, just like the Star of David. But you can't find pictures of it. Even the woman who taught the crystal course, she's, that's like all she does. She said it's very difficult to find pictures of an actual real sapphire that has grown into the shape of a Merkaba, but it is possible, and you can find them where they're not intersecting like this, but it's sapphire and it's blue, and it both sides will be the same, not like this where it's kind of funky, but sapphires do grow that way. So that's interesting. And here is a garnet, which is grown in that dodecahedron shape. I mean, it's not perfect because nature doesn't grow absolutely perfect, but it did grow just like this. This is how it grew, and this is how it was found and how it came out of the earth, just like this. So there you go. Okay. So there is your little talk about chakras and shapes and frequencies, and I hope that didn't bore everybody. Yeah, this is a good size one. They come huge though. You can get a big, garnet dodecahedron that's like big as a baseball. Yeah. I wonder what shape the firmament crystal grows in. Yeah, I don't know, David. Okay. I did some paintings. I wonder if I don't have pictures handy. But anyway, where I did the platonic solids and what each one represents, the dodecahedron is the one that represents, the universe. So whenever I painted that picture, I painted, the flat earth, and then I did the elements in the corners, but I did over the top of the whole thing, I did the dodecahedron, and it actually is kind of a round-ish shape, right? So it actually fit pretty good. But I don't know that it is that shape. I don't know. I definitely think it's crystal. Some shape that is not of this. Voynich, you know what? That's funny. He says, what shape is the firmament crystal grown in? And Voynich says, some shape that is not of this realm likely, but that's what the realm resides in, so how could it not be of this realm if the realm is inside of it? Think about that. I think the firmament is as level as the earth. I think it only looks dome-shaped due to perspective. Yeah, awesome, Austin. If you think about how wide it is, like how far we can go, thousands and thousands of miles, yet when they go and they shoot their penis rockets up in the air, they only go like 50, 60 miles tops, right? So, so that makes, we were talking about that on Jaren's show, that it's even this, so when we have our little idea of the dome, like here's my little bowl, like that it looks like this, that's completely entirely inaccurate, right? That's more like it's only defining your point of view. That's what, is dome shaped, because we can only see in a sphere around us, right? A circumference, a 3D sphere around us. So it's more like, here, look, I even have these little cabochons, these little glass cabochons that I was going to make some stuff with, but it's probably more like something closer to that, right? Even this would be too much. Even this would be too much if it was, you know what I mean? So is our plane, here, check it out. Well, let me see if I can find the picture that I'm thinking of. Where do I find it? Hold on. I have it. Hold on. Let me search. I'm gonna do a search real quick. So what we think about what a magnetic field is, it's round, right? Or it makes a sort of an oblate spheroid shape, right? That the toroidal field does. Oh, Cammie's here. Hi, Cammie. And you think about where we live and the dome, right? It's not really probably dome shaped. It's only dome shaped because we visualize it that way, because that's literally how we see. So why wouldn't we picture it that way? Right? That's literally how we see. So let me get my toroid thing, hold on. So so here's our toroid, right? And then if you know how, I gotta find that picture of a toroidal field so that I can talk about this better, because if you guys don't see the picture, it doesn't. Hold on. Here we go. This picture. Right? This one. Okay. So if the center, right, is the center of the plane, right? And it's almost like Yggdrasil, right? It's got the let me make sure you guys are still looking at what I'm looking at. Okay. Yes. And it's like Yggdrasil, right? It almost looks like a tree. So this thing right here where it says block wall, right here, that's where the dielectric plane of inertia is, right? In the magnetic field. That's because if you look at even his little diagram, high pressure, low pressure, right? So up, if you go up, your pressure goes down. Well, anyway, the pressure, too high, the pressure is not right. Too low, the pressure is not right. In the middle, in the dielectric plane of inertia, is just right. That's the Goldilocks zone. That's why, I don't know if you guys remember when they used to tell us that Earth was just in the right spot. It was just the perfect distance from the sun, and it was just the perfect just to support life in this cold, desolate, destitute solar system, right? Out in the vacuum of space. They said we lived in the Goldilocks zone. That, I believe, was them giving us a hint of the truth, because this is the Goldilocks zone, the dielectric plane of inertia, the middle, the center point, the null point. The middle is where everything is okay. That's where everything reaches a state of stasis. That's where our, if you were to look at it like this, that's the dielectric plane. That's where we're living in it. Now, is this what the magnetic field looks like? Maybe like the big, like, parent field. I don't know what you would call that. Is that does the ether have a shape? I don't know. Nobody knows what the shape of the actual universe is. And then there's fields within fields. Everything has a field. Everything that's alive has a field. Everything that exists has a field and has a charge. So within, like, this system is where everything is happening and going on, right? In the Goldilocks zone, in the dielectric plane of inertia, right? Hi. Hi. I see people saying hi, Karen. Hi. Hi. Wants to know where I got my mug. My mom got me this. She probably got it in California at in Willow Creek area, because I think she went there. She went to where they have, like, the Bigfoot museum, and she knows I love Bigfoot and I'm all into it. So I think she got it there. And I love it. Midgard, Middle Earth, right? Middle Earth. Because check it out. Let me see. This famous picture, right? This is, I mean, look at it. Especially if you go flip back and forth. You see the tree going up, the hyperbola in the middle, it goes up and out, as above, so below. It's got the dielectric plane, magnetic mountain in the center. Like that, there's a reason that these ideas are repeated across cultures and across, countries, continents, across the plane, because truth resonates. Truth resonates just like those tuning forks, man. And when you have truth frequencies of truth, multiple frequencies of truth, they overlap, superimpose, multiply, and spread like wildfire, which is why they don't want us talking to each other. It's why they don't want anybody talking about anything. Because they know if people hear about the truth, then they can't stop it. You can't stop the truth. Okay. Let me see here. 1 second, y'all. Here. 1 second. I'm going to see if I can set myself up to take calls. All right. Doobie-doobie-doo. Sorry, just 1 second, y'all. I just want to set this up so that I can possibly take calls today. If you want to talk about the impending doom, you want to talk about how you plan to FTFF. 1 sec. I'm gonna make a tiny URL. All right. Martin Kenny, he's cool. All right, there is the link. I hope this works. There we go. Let me see. All right. I don't know if anybody wants to call in or talk, but there is the link. Let me make a thing. Hold on. This is my tiny URL. Right here. Wonder if I should make it stop moving. Here. There. Stop scrolling. There. tinyurl.com/kbcoffee04 if anybody wants to call in. Alrighty. Actually, 1 sec. I'm gonna go refill my coffee. All right. Maybe. Let me see. There is also a call-in number, and I think in case you need the meeting ID. Go back over here. There we go. If you want to call in. Nobody wants to call in? Also, another thing, I don't know if you guys know, but ODD did get his channel back. We were, oh, Jesus Freak is streaming right now too. ODD. Oh my gosh, like it still comes up as with that stupid VeChain logo. They have to update their stuff. But his channel is there again. 318,000 subs. They lost a few subs, but it's back. And all the videos are back. All the views are back. So, the hackers didn't win. So, everything's there again. Which means actually I can go back and put this link back on my website. All right. Hi, Sue. Hi, Sue Finelli. All right, well, if y'all aren't gonna call, maybe I will end the YouTube stream and then I can talk about some other stuff that I would like to talk about, but that I don't talk about on YouTube. Oh, we missed 11:11. I did. What was I doing? I think I was getting coffee. You should be able to just call that number, that 408 number, and I don't know if it asks you for the meeting ID, but that's the meeting ID that I set up for calls. Yeah. I don't know. I know. But these weren't, you know, these were crypto scammer hackers trying to, you know, scam people for money. It wasn't, they weren't truther hackers. Yes, I continue on Twitch. Whenever I turn off YouTube, I only turn off the YouTube stream. That's the only place I kill it. If I'm streaming, because YouTube is the only one that, it's the only one that gives me any trouble. It's the only one that censors us. Can't stream Strange World here, can't stream Unveiling This Realm here, because it totally brings down the quality of the show if you try to make it so that it will stay on YouTube. And if you just do the show you want to do, they try to take your channel down. So, uh-oh. My house phone is ringing. That means it's like a telemarketer, or it's for somebody who I don't even know most of the time. It's ridiculous. Yeah, right, Cammy? Rockfin. Mm-hmm. All right. How about this? Well, you should be able to call on your phone. You should be able to call in because you should be able to do a voice call. Yeah, that phone number, that 408 number. Hold on. I mean, you should be able to. I don't know. You tried? Maybe I suck at setting up meetings. Let's see. Merge to meeting window. Huh? I don't know. I don't know. God, do I suck or what at setting up call-ins? I had it working before. Let me try again. Hold on. Oh no! Look, here we go. Hello?
Hey Karen.
Hi! Is this Rocker
Rocker
Chick?
Chick. Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so I made it on. Good.
Hold on one sec. Let me just make sure I have you where people can hear you. Does everybody hear Rocker Chick?
Can y'all hear me?
Keep talking. Say something else.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, okay. I see a little. They should hear you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, good.
What's going on?
Okay, so I'm just curious to know what other people are dealing with out in the workforce with these COVID rules. I had something happen at my office that really threw me for a tailspin. One of our employees went on a trip, international trip, and he got the COVID test, and he had a positive test, so he couldn't go on his trip. Well, what ended up happening is he went back to his home and he started working from home, and word got out to some employees that he had the COVID, and so what they did is they went to the next level with they got lawyers involved and stuff. I guess some people were complaining, and so what ended up happening is they brought me and another girl in the office because we came in contact with him, and they were telling us that, you know, we had to go home for a little while in quarantine, which is stupid. But anyway, what they did was they put in a new policy where if you haven't been vaccinated, you have to wear a mask. I'm not kidding. But if you have, you don't have to wear one. And this is ridiculous. And I got really upset. And I called them out on it and told them that they were separating us, that they were discriminating against us. And, you know, they ended up sending me home for a couple days because I was being, I guess, a rebel. I don't know. But my question is, and it just so happened, everything worked out because they sent me home to work for good, you know, not just me, but some other people too. So my question is, and I'm just wondering what other people are going through. Are they feeling the squeeze?
Yeah. I think people are starting to, and I think also it depends what area they're into. You're in Louisiana, right?
Yeah, I'm in Louisiana, and we're a conservative state. However, our governor is a Democrat or a liberal, and he's the one that's, you know, causing all this, I guess. I don't know. The company I work for is actually a conservative company. but they're so worried that, because there's people I work with that are, what I call masked police officers, and I guess they're, scared, and I don't know if someone threatened to sue somebody at the office, at the company or what, but the squeeze is really bad, and I'm lucky, like I said, I'm able to work from home, but it's stupid because working from home is good, but sometimes it's like you get tired of working from home. You want to get out and, get on the road and stuff, but if I go back to work, they're going to expect me to I don't have to wear a mask at my desk, which I've never worn a mask, just to let everybody know. I don't wear it, and, I've been fighting them ever since. But if I walk out of my office 3 steps, like, off to the copy machine or something, they expect me to put it on to protect the vaccinated people. How you like that shit?
That's insanity. Wow.
I know.
I mean, it's crazy. And the crazy thing is everybody is kind of stuck fighting this battle on their own individual basis, right? It's like, how do you know what I mean? Everybody has to fight their own battle on their own at work or wherever it is, because everybody's so, everybody who understands what's going on and who gets it, everybody's so spread far apart. Man, how do you...
I know.
I wonder if you could print out some of these things or send them links, from the CDC website, how they basically admit themselves the PCR test doesn't do what it says that it does. So wouldn't they get it that everything based on that is then therefore not necessary? You'd think.
Oh, you would think. I actually sat with the vice president, and I gave him all kind of facts. And he just smiled at me the whole time while I was talking, just kept smiling at me. And he one point he winked at me. It was very strange, because there was another girl in there that's vaxxed up, and he's gotten the vaccine. I was in a room full of vaccinated people, and I was talking. I was just telling them the truth, explaining it. I said, if you're vaccinated, why are you even scared of me if you're vaccinated? I don't get it. He goes, well, because we can still get it. I go, well, why did you get the vaccine?
Exactly.
No,
so when you say that, then what does he say? Does he glitch out?
Well, no, he just said we have a problem here because he said he did say this. He goes, trust me, you are not the only one. Now, I don't know who the masked up people would be the ones, right? But I don't even go out in the hall. I was at the office one day after this happened, so I didn't even leave my little bitty perimeter. I held it. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I didn't go to lunch. I mean, it's really sad, Karen. It's very sad what you have to do. But from what I understand, other people have been submitting, and they're mad. They're really mad that they're doing it. But they sent us a questionnaire and said, and I almost didn't answer it, but they sent it to me 6 times, and I thought my job was on the line. The questionnaire said, have you been vaccinated? Yes or no? They said, do not give us any details because we want to protect your rights. How you like that? They don't want to know details, but they want to know, right? And then after that, they said, if you're vaccinated, do you have a vaccine card to prove it? How you like that?
Wow.
Yep.
How is it even legal for them to ask those questions?
I really don't think it is, but they asked me 6 times.
I don't think it is either, but everybody's getting away with it.
They are, because they're bullying us. They're literally bullying us. And we have a lawyer that works for our company that is supposedly protecting their rights. They are very scared. But the vice president, getting back to the vice president, he had told me that there's a lot of people like me that feel the same way. But, I don't know what's going on. I think they just going with it because they don't want to lose their job. But a lot of people aren't taking the vaccine, and I think this new so-called wave variant or whatever you want to call it is coming through. I think that because so many of us aren't vaccinated, I want to say over half, this is just my projection just based on the way he acted, that over half probably aren't vaccinated, so he just sent a bunch of us home. and because they don't want to spread it to the vaccinated people. I'm serious. That was his exact words. So we're being singled out. And I even listen what I told him. I told him, you are creating a master slave environment. Wow. I told him that, and he just freaked out. Now, they told us to go home, I want to say on Friday, and he said to me, he came up to me and he just smiled at me, and he kept smiling. I go, what's going on? And he just kept smiling. I said, why are you creeping me out like this? He said, you're feisty. He said, I never knew you had it in you. I said, well, I'm passionate about what I believe in. And he goes, well, you can go home, so don't worry about it anymore for right now. So anyway, I'm good for right now, and I'm going to let somebody else call in. But all I wanted to say is, if anybody else wants to call in, I would really, not that I want to, guide your calls in a certain direction, but I would like to know what other people are experiencing out there. Mm-hmm. So I know, is it really draconian just here, or is it like this everywhere, or just what's going on? So anyway, that's it. And I just wanted to say hello to you and say, keep doing what you're doing, Karen. You give us, a light to look, you're there for us, and we're struggling out here. Aww. So I appreciate you being there.
Thank you. I appreciate you too. All of you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, well, look, I'm going to go ahead and let you go because I'm working from home, and I got to get back to work. So, look, I'm listening. I'm still listening, so hope somebody else calls.
All right, awesome.
All right.
Have a good day.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Okay. All right, you guys, before I bring in another call, I'm going to end the YouTube stream. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can go to Twitch or Odyssey or Rockfin. But I would suggest that you go to Rockfin and support free speech. I don't know, Twitch, they don't really care about what I've been saying so far. But who knows how long that will last, right? All right. So those are the links to the other streams. I'm also on Odyssey right now. I know. So, all right, you guys. I would like to take more calls, but if we get deeper into discussion and stuff, I'm just going to have to take it off YouTube. Because I know where this is going. All right, so I'll see y'all at the other places. Well, let me play my little ending screen, and then we'll switch back. Don't go anywhere unless you're on YouTube. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can use P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. Also, links below for donations and merch if you are interested in that. Anything at all is greatly appreciated. I do appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about Flattoberfest 2021 and other Flat Earth Festival events. You can email me about Flat Earth Festivals at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com, and for everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.